Okay, this is the reality in animation industry. Normally people do 13 episodes, half an hour program. Like Pepin, 7 minutes per episode. So for half an hour it's 3 episodes. But normally people do either 22 minutes or 7 minutes, or sometimes they do 12 minutes, 12 minutes. So they are selling in half hour program. The best TV station over here, they buy 40 to 45,000 ringgit per half an hour program. So if you multiply this 13 episodes, the best you can get is about 800,000. Okay, private TV station before opening bid, they don't want to buy local production because it's too expensive. So they go and buy syndicated price. Like Media Prima, Astro, they go for syndicated price. Syndicated price ranges from 500 USD to 2,100 USD for half an hour program. So the best you can get for 13 episodes is about 180,000 to 100,000. So that's how the animation industry is. So the best local TV is basically RTM. The moment they buy, they say, hak cipta kerajaan, you don't hold the IP. So everybody wants to sell to RTM, because RTM is the best paymaster. But not everybody can get it. So what is the cost of production for 13 episodes? This 40,000, basically 3D. 2D is different. That's how much they have to spend. 1.2 to 1.8 million. Depending on the quality of that. So, if you can sell internally 800,000, you're still short about 700, 600,000. So definitely you have to sell overseas. The best for one area, you can get about 100,000. So you have to sell to 6, 7 countries to recover your cost. It's not easy. It's not easy for you to sell. So that's why a lot of animation company in Malaysia, before the government started to be interested in that, made fund available, die. Because they can't make money out of it. They can't survive. So what you see now, a lot of animation companies trying to go into this because they can get grant. So they got between 1.5 to 2 million for each series they do. But now the grant gone. So if you go to MDEC, apply for grant, they say go to BSN, loan. So nobody wants to get the loan. The fund is no more there. So you'll see next year, if the product from the grant doesn't come out, it doesn't hit, then you see a lot of companies being short. So I said, you can't follow their model. You see, when I look at what is the, you look at the revenue, these are the revenue from their film animation. But the rest of their business are generated from park and resort, and also these are consumer products, and these are media, TV, Disney Channel, all that. So we have to go like that if we want to survive. We cannot depend on just on the program. This is basically Disney Studio. They're coming up with filler, TV program of that. But the main revenue generator are basically the park and resort, and also their TV. So we have to start the business. Although the boys want to do the film, But after 1.5 years they're doing, every month I have to fork out money to pay their salary. I told them how confident you are that when the film being released, it become a hit, and I can recover my investment. What do you think the answer? What do you think the answer? Huh?
Don't know.
Of course, boys, they say, confident uncle, no problem. Sure, we can recover the money. It become a box office. I told them, I'm taking out the money, I don't believe you. So I told them, why don't we test? That's when we came out with short series. 5 minutes, open and debate, first time fasting. That was in 2007. And I told you, it's easy to see all the CEO of this private station in Cairns rather than in KL. So in Cairns, I managed to meet the CEO of TV9. So he told me, why don't you make 5-minute series? Because he can slot anywhere. So that's what we did. When we finished the 5 minutes, it's about 2 months before fasting. We went to see it, we showed it, we loved it, we put the price, he agreed. So we started, we told them we're going to make 6 episodes for this 2007. So the boys started doing it. Initially they objected, they said, if we're going to do this, there will be delay in film, completion of the film camp. I said, never mind, we do this first. I want to see how the reaction of the people. So we started doing it. So we asked them to do the script. Came back, my wife doesn't like it. Because when they talk about the children fasting, they say curi-curi makan, all that. We don't want. So in the end, it ended up with me and my wife writing all the script. So we started doing it. Then the last episode, TV9 one is about Hari Raya. It's about 2 weeks before Hari Raya. And we started asking the boys, where's their parents? So the boy said, parents, no time to do the modeling. Okay, never mind. I went back with my wife and I said, just orphan. No parents. That's how it became they are orphan. No parents. So we wrote the story around that. Why both of them are born? The boy said, uncle, if you put the hair, it will cost me to do remedy. Okay? Good point. So that's why both of them are born. So when we released in TV9, it became a hit. So after that, we see all these people with kopiah selling. You go to the mosque and they say, you want to buy a pipit, it's good for the children. I said, that's my production. They all pasar malam start selling it. I got a call from my friend in Brunei. He said, those people in Brunei are bringing laptop, burn the CD and start selling it. So my boss complained, uncle, like this, koyak, lock pirates. I told them, you should be proud. Because the pirate won't copy any film. Once they copy and they start selling, your level is almost the same as Hollywood. So you don't worry. Is it like that? Yes, no problem. Because the pirate is part of your marketing team. Let them market. So we let the pirate market our product. Because we already sold to TV9. So nothing much you can do. Because we are making the film. So we continue making the film and we monitor the content. We created the blogs. So everybody follow the vlogs. They discussed the episode. We saw it on all the web pages. They discussed Upin Ipin series. 5 minutes only. They discussed like they're watching a big movie. So we know it's going to be a success. I told the boys, okay, start recruiting more people for us to finish the film. So then our production team grew to about 40 people. 2007, we only made 6 episodes of 5 minutes. So we continue making the film. And then 2008, TV9 asked us to do some more. So we created 12 episodes, much longer, 12 episodes of 5 minutes on the fasting month. Then it became a hit. So by that time, everybody know PDP. So I told the boy, it's easy. When our film come out, we don't have to sell anymore. PDP will be famous. Sure, the children will follow. When we want to deliver the film, when we finish about 2008, we want to release the film in 2009. Then I found out that it's required a different game plan. We have to find the right distributor because we don't know how to deliver this, the reel, how to collect the money, all that. So we have to find a distributor. There's a lot of distributors. Metro West, Grand Brilliance, Grand Brilliance owned by Media Prima, Metro West, you know, David Teo. So many people want to be. Then we assess who have the best option. So finally we choose Media Prima, Grand Brilliance, because they have all the TV, we can negotiate. They can put our trailer on that. They have to promote it. Because you want to put trailer on the TV at prime time, very expensive. 30 seconds, about 30,000 ringgit for one show. So if you put it somewhere else, none, prime time still about 10 to 12, 20,000. So it costs a lot of money. That's why when you want to roll out the film, your promotional budget is about 100,000. I don't have that money. Although I have the money, I don't want to spend. So you must be smart in doing it. We choose the right distributor so that we can negotiate with them for our promotional work. And then you have to choose the right date. In Malaysia, for local film, they have a compulsory showing scheme. So once you choose the date, there's no other film being shown in the cinema. They give you 2 weeks to hit. If 3 days or 4 days you cannot hit, panggung semua empty, the cinema owner will put it out. But to book it require a lot of procedures that we don't know. Only when you want to choose the date, we got problem. So everybody said your film is good during school holiday, but when you want the school holiday, you cannot get the date. So in the end, we decided whatever date they give us. So February 2009 we got it. That's why I said a big promotional budget, we don't have the money. So how to do it? So what we did, I went to RTM, we barter trade with them. So I will do a few CSR advertisement, and in return you play our trailer. So that's why you see, you saw last time the Ingat promotion. That's basically we barter trade with RTM. So RTM created. Then the boys did the trailer, the making, which is so different from others. We inject in the making some knowledge about doing animation on that. When we show it to all the TV stations, they love it. You know, sometimes they ask for money. They ask to Media Prima, they ask, you want to put the making into their TV, you have to pay. But because ours is so different from others, our making, the making, they love it. Inside the making, you put all the, what it is, come to the cinema on 12 February. We inject all these things. We try to be smart to do it cheaply. All in all, Dr. Farid gave us 80,000 worth of airtime because they like what I'm doing, helping the young people. So total, I spent about, we fork out about, total promotional is about 80,000. Very low budget. And then that's when I found out that it's very difficult to deal with the cinema outlet. You know, when you see a box office at 6.3 million, you thought we got 6.3 million. Actually, no. First week, the cinema owner take 50%. Third week, they take 60%. You get only 40%. At that time, we don't know. It's our distributor go and negotiate with cinema owner. Children all 1/3 of the normal cost. So we lost. Whereas first 2 weeks, we shouldn't drop the price. If not, we have collected about 10, 12 million. Because we are new play, we don't know, nobody wants to tell us. And then the idea of delivering the film is you must make the public know your film. That's the hardest part. But for us it's easy because by that time we want to release the film, Upin Ipin will become an icon. Children all Upin Ipin. Even the 1 year or 2 years, children say Upin Ipin, Upin Ipin, they want to watch Upin Ipin. So when we released the film, I went all over Malaysia at the cinema. You can see children cry. I asked, why they cry? Have you watched the film? Yes, but the problem is children. They want to watch it again. And no ticket. Yeah, we just finished watching it. And he asked me to buy the ticket, no ticket.